welcome to GlowCast Media. Today, we're exploring one of the most iconic natural wonders place in the world, Times Square. Times Square is one of the most iconic and vibrant places on Earth. With its dazzling billboards, non-stop energy, Broadway theaters, and millions of visitors every year, this spot has become a symbol of New York's spirit, alive 24/7. Today, we'll explore its history, what makes it so special, and why no trip to New York is complete without standing here in the middle of the lights. Times Square wasn't always this bright. Back in the late 1800s, this area was known as Longacre Square, a place filled with carriage makers and small businesses. In 1904, everything changed when the New York Times moved its headquarters here. The city renamed the area Times Square, and to celebrate, they launched the very first New Year's Eve celebration in 1904. Soon after, theaters and restaurants started filling the area, giving birth to Broadway. By the 1920s and 30s, Times Square was already a booming entertainment district. But it hasn't always been glamorous. In the 1970s and 80s, Times Square struggled with crime and decline. Then, in the 1990s, the city began a massive cleanup and revitalization project. Today, it's once again one of the most visited tourist attractions in the world. One of the first things you'll notice in Times Square is the light. Neon and digital billboards cover every corner, glowing day and night. In fact, the city requires buildings in Times Square to display illuminated signs, so the brightness never fades. It's so bright that astronauts have reported being able to spot Times Square from space. At any moment, you'll see thousands of people, tourists taking selfies, street performers entertaining crowds, and New Yorkers rushing through. It truly feels like a place that never sleeps. Of course, Times Square is also the gateway to Broadway, the world's most famous theater district. Just steps away, you'll find historic theaters staging legendary productions like The Lion King, Wicked, Hamilton, and countless others. For theater lovers, this is the ultimate destination. You can even grab discounted tickets at the red TKTS booth right in the square. And it's not just Broadway. Times Square is filled with entertainment, comedy clubs, restaurants, Madame Tussauds, Ripley's Believe It or Not, and even themed stores that are attractions themselves. One of the most famous traditions here is the New Year's Eve ball drop. Since 1907, millions of people have gathered in Times Square every December 31st to watch the glittering ball descend, marking the start of a new year. Today, the event is watched not only by the crowd in Times Square but also by over 1 billion people on TV worldwide. It's truly one of the most iconic celebrations on the planet. If you're planning to visit Times Square, here are a few tips. Best time to visit: come after sunset to see the lights in full effect. Crowds, expected to be busy, over 300,000 people pass through Times Square every single day. Safety, it's generally safe, but always watch your belongings in large crowds. Nearby spots: Times Square is walking distance to Bryant Park, Rockefeller Center, and Fifth Avenue, so you can explore more of Midtown Manhattan easily. So whether you come for the history, the theater, the shopping, or just to soak in the electric atmosphere, Times Square is a place that leaves an impression like no other. It's not just the center of New York, it's a symbol of energy, creativity, and the heartbeat of the city that never sleeps. Don't forget to subscribe and keep glowing with us at GlowCast Media.